Welcome back to Crochet Creations and Addictions number 76. I have my Windex tonight. Not really. This is blueberry sun-kissed soda, and I love it. So we have been away from addictions for over a week, and I am ready to add another name to the new bracket game. So stay with me. I have a little bit of whips I want to go over. You might have seen before. I have a couple finishes, some smile mail, and we'll just see what's going on with the bracket game. So what have I been working on? I have been working on Stephanie's new shawl pattern. I have been using some To The Max Co. Calico Cat. It is in a hank form. It came hand-dyed from Canada, and I haven't gotten too far, but last night I did, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 rows. So I am getting there, and look how wonderful this yarn is coming up. It looks just like a Calico Cat. This is a paid for pattern written by my friend Stephanie from Stephanie's Yarn-Escape, and I will link that pattern below if you would like it. So she has a make along going on for that. I don't know how long it is because I'm actually not entering it. I'm just doing the pattern because I thought it was beautiful. Alright, so what else am I working on? I am working on a shawl for a customer. This is an Outlander shawl. It is done in Tunisian crochet. A stitch is in here I have not done before. I went ahead and bought the exact yarn that this pattern calls for. This is also a paid for pattern from Etsy, and it is Marie Filet Tricot. I believe that is how you say that, but I will link that pattern below as well. So she uses the Heartland yarns in the 3 colors. The Mammoth Cave, this is a 4 medium acrylic yarn. It is beautiful. It's very nice yarn. The Black Canyon, which is like heathered. They all 3 are. And then the 3rd color she uses is Grand Canyon. So I chose to do it in exactly the yarns that they called for. And I did a swatch, and I went up to a J, I believe. No, the I. I went up to the I. And this Tunisian crochet is a Knit Picks universal, whatever. Oh, what the heck they are. Anyway, so I'm not very far, but I'm now 15 rows in, and you know, I really like it. I don't like the pattern yet, but the more I do it, the more beautiful it becomes. And that's going to just keep growing and growing until it's big enough, and then you stripe in the last couple of stripes. So I have a stitch marker on the spine to make sure that I don't have that I don't go off, so that way I don't have to count how many stitches up or on each end of the wing. So that is a work in progress. And then I also am working on my hats and more hats for September. I finished my crochet one. It went away. The spotlighted yarn for September is Dazzling. And this is a Yarn Bee acrylic yarn. It has a little bit of metallic polyester in it, and the colorway is Sunburst. And woo, beautiful. I'm doing the Starting Grid by Ross Rochester. It is a knitted pattern. I did the 3x2 rib this time. I did this pattern the way that he tells you to do it. And look at how gorgeous it's coming out. Ooh! Like to get that done this week so that I can go ahead and start on October's. So speaking of hats and more hats, it's a year-long make-along. I challenge myself to do 2 hats a month with the yarn I'm spotlighting. And then I do a knit and a crochet. Some months I have not met the challenge. I don't know how many, maybe 1, maybe 2, I don't know. But I also challenged you. So in my Facebook group, then you hit the announcements tab. All the challenges that I have going on currently are in that announcement. They each have their own post, and you're asked to, if you want to enter, to put your entry in the comments of each post, and that there is no overlapping, so you can't make one item and post it in several challenges. So what do we got for next month, October? I already pulled out a yarn and showed it on the live the other day, and I decided to definitely go with it. And this week on the 1st, which will be Friday, there will be a new post up for you to put your October hats in. The yarn will be spotlighting on Friday, well, for October, will be the Landscapes in this colorway. Ooh, baby. Desert Spring. This is a roving yarn. It says it's a 4 medium, and it calls for a 10 millimeter knitting needle and a K or 10.5 crochet hook. So that is a little bit bigger of a hook than your normal 4 medium. So it's accounting for some roving, which if you look, it's quite thick here. It's almost a 5 there with some halo. And then I added a Halloween stitch marker on this one. So whoever wins the October yarn will also get a jack-o'-lantern stitch marker. And so that concludes the hats and more hats and all of that stuff. Alright, so what was I finishing? I had been working on some gnome towels, and I went to the Dollar Tree and purchased some gnome towels from there, and I just had to make a couple. So this is the towel that they have at the Dollar Tree at the moment. It is actually a fall-like towel. There really isn't a lot of Halloween on it. It's just fall colors, so it's perfect. Perfect for the fall favorite, colorways. And so I decided to do one of my old-fashioned ones where I take a hair tie, crochet around it, and pop the towel into that. Do a band and then popped on a pumpkin for the button. So that's one of my simple ones. I really like to do it this way. You can do several of these in an evening and you don't have to cut the towels. So I will have some of these available at the craft show this Saturday. And then I also made my friend Stephanie, if you're watching this video, you might want to look away real quick and I'll show this real quick and then you can look back. So I did take out one of the gnome towels for Stephanie and I did it in gray just so she could have a gray one. I added an orange button and there is Stephanie's birthday present. Well, one of them. So now you can look back. I hope she doesn't see that. If she does, she does, right? But I wanted to show you guys that instead of sending her one of the other Halloween ones, which I had on the show the other day, I thought I would send her a gnome in gray because she really likes gray. These two are available in my Etsy shop right now until they sell, which they might sell Saturday. And then I had one more fall one left, and that one is this with the puppy dog on it and the pumpkin. And then my husband went to the grocery store again last night and found two new ones. So he managed to find some more gnome ones, and look at these, gnome grown. Gnome grown. He said there wasn't very many of them, but he did get me two. So I'll be making those up here shortly. How fun is that? Okay, let's see now. Hook and Stitch Live. We launched our fourth quarter make-along. Our fourth quarter is September 25th through December 18th. So you have that long to make ornaments. You can make them out of any craft as long as they're handmade. That is basically the only rule that we have. Other than you need to have a United States address to enter into drawings and receive the prizes. And your name goes in one time in the drawings. We do random drawings throughout, so we'll do some in October, some in November, and then we'll do the finals in December. And I did make one. I made a gnome. If you didn't see it on the live, here it is. It is a little gnome for the tree. I'm going to send this to Crystal at Bag a Day because I want to. I want to get in on the ornament giveaway. Okay, then the No Filter Holiday Along is going on with Stephanie from Stephanie's Yarn Escape, and we are doing a holiday along until November 30th. You make 3 items any holiday you want. It does not have to be a fall holiday. It can be Valentine's. It can be St. Patty's Day. 3 items with a holiday theme. Post them anytime you want, but remember, if you don't post in any given month, you won't be entered into the random draws. You'll only be entered into the finish. So make sure you get them in. One last one is Happy Scrappy Yarn Challenge. We are doing a fall. Make anything with a fall theme, of course, with 1 ball or scraps. It has its own Facebook group and it is linked below. That ends on Thursday for the 3rd quarter. I will pick a winner the next Addictions video for that, so get your entries into that. And then Christy Cook will do the next quarter she'll announce the next quarter and what she's doing. Okay, let's go on to the drawing from Addiction 75. Okay, so how do you get into the drawings, and what is the drawings? Well, it's a Halloween bracket game. The brackets are here, and so far we've only had one person drawn. She picked number 6. You get to choose the number you want. So Julie was the first person drawn in the brackets for the Halloween brackets. So she picked number 6. She received a gift bag from the Halloween baskets. They're all bagged up and ready to go. They are numbered, and when you give me, if your name is drawn and you give me the number that you want, that's not taken. So right now there's 8 numbers and number 6 is taken. You will get the bag that coordinates with that number. And I got the stitch markers, so I put in a jack-o'-lantern stitch marker in Julie's bag, which was this one, and I have a couple different ones. I have this one. Cool, huh? I have this one, looks like a kitty cat. I have another jack-o'-lantern. Whoops, turned it the wrong way. Then I have a ghost. Gave out a ghost the other day. And I have a spider web. So those are also randomly in those bags, that you will get one of those. I just thought I'd show it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in the Earl into the YouTube comment picker from Addictions number 75. And you had to answer if, let me see, what was the question? There was question number 2. Here they are. Okay. No, yes, it was question number 2. Your favorite Halloween candy. That's what I wanted to know, and I wanted to know if you give candy out. So we're going to go ahead and filter out the duplicate users from Addiction 75. And there were 55 unique comments. And we're going to hit the start button. And you needed to have a United States address to play this bracket game. And we have a winner. Let's see who it is. Well, let's see. Evelyn Oxner. She wins a spot in the brackets and a bag out of the basket. And you know why? Because I remember what she wrote. She wrote, "I'm looking forward to seeing your hats. What a great birthday gift. That mug is so cool. Her favorite Halloween candy is Kraft caramels, preferably in a popcorn ball. We live way off the road and have never had trick-or-treaters come to the house, but I always have lots of candy and could take care of them if they showed up." So, you know, I read every single comment. I always do. I heart it. I sometimes have time to make a comment on it, but I loved the answers. You guys are all live far out away except for a couple, and one lady said she gets like 1,000 trick-or-treaters. I'm like, holy cow. Yeah, that's a lot. Very much. Okay, so I'm going to show you when we play this game to the end, we will have a roll off, and we will end up with one name here at the end, and that person will have already gotten a prize once, but that's okay. Then they will be able to win the Yarnable from this last month, and it is the Sweet and Sour Plush DK, and this beautiful Hank is the winning item for this bracket game. So I also have in here the coasters that came with it, and it says, "Don't bring the drama, be a no drama llama." And then there is also a reusable washcloth with llamas on it. So that is the prize for this bracket game. I hope you're all enjoying this. I am enjoying it. I'm going to be adding something to the box. It's a progressive box. I'm going to be giving it away for my 2-year Potterversary, which is just after Thanksgiving. And I will be planning on giving that box away then. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting items in it. The first item has already been put in, well, in our head. It is this beautiful hank of Steve the Maine Coon cat from Crystal at Bag O'Day. This is the 4 medium weight. This is the skein that starts out the box for my 2-year Potterversary. And then I'm going to be adding to that box every video until we get there. So the next item I'm going to put in to the box is a packet of these little stickers we got from the what is it, Hobby Lobby, I believe. Put those in there. And what else? I got a pin here from Lion Brand. I'm going to put that in. So we're going to gradually build this box up. So those things are going to go across the room in the box. They won't be behind me for very long, because I will tend to forget what goes in that box if I don't put it in there. Not really, but you know. So let's see. I want to know if I have, okay, yes, I have some Smile Mail. I'd like to open that. It is the Lolo Did It Outlander Club. And I also have a skein of Lolo Did It Outlander Club right here. And that will be given away the next Addictions video, because I am going to draw the winner for that. And that was any creator here that sent me a square is in that drawing. So that is also going to be drawn. So we're going to be doing both the, I don't know if I can do that. I might have to do another video. One of the videos will be on camera, and then the other one might have to be on a different video. But the creator of the squares winner and the Happy Scrappy Yarn Challenge, both of them. I guess I'll do that one. I'll do the Happy Scrappy on video, but I'll do it in the Facebook group. Yeah, I'll do it that way. Okay, so we have Strands of Time, Outlander inspired, a new pattern by Lauren Slagle. Strands of Time. And I guess she put that in there for us to go to the website, www.lolodidit.com, and find that pattern there. It's very beautiful. Okay, and then the colorway for this month, it looks like it's blue, September 2021, and it is very beautiful blue and purple. Look at that. Wow. Okay, so it says, when Claire fell through the standing stone, she fulfilled all of the fairy stories of traveling 200 years in time. She landed in 1743, and little did she know, in this year she would meet and marry her soulmate and be caught up in the famous Jacobite Scottish uprising of 45. Still talked about in present day as one of the most famous rebellions that stirred the fight for freedom, patriotism, and courage for generations to come. So that's where this yarn was inspired from, is that scene. I guess. Let's see what she's got on the label. She's got superwash merino wool, 115 grams, 280 yards of DK weight, 3 light. And she has, we love seeing what you're making. Share with our hashtag on social media. Hashtag Lolo did it. Lower underscore Lolo did it. Okay, so what? The colorway is not on here. No colorway on here. Huh. Wow. I can't believe it. It says product of the USA, but it does not have a colorway. Okay. Beautiful though, isn't it? See, it's got a lot of different shades. It's a tonal. Wow. Look at that. I love it. Okay, well, if you have stayed this long, then you probably guessed that there's a question for the new brackets, and it'll be for the bracket for the third person to be drawn in the brackets, and that will be how you enter is you answer this question. So I have a third question, and I got to flip back to it. Okay, number 3. Your favorite childhood memory or tradition that you did, and maybe do you still do it? So a favorite childhood Halloween memory or a tradition that you did, and do you still do it? One of the things my mom used to do was she used to take me down to my grandma's house, because my grandma lived more on a cul-de-sac type little turnaround. There were 4 or 5 streets, and they were hidden around by a dike, and you could go down there and everybody knew everybody. And I remember going there every year. And then when my daughter was born, I used to take her there. When my son was born, I took him there. So that was kind of like tradition, was to always go in that neighborhood. And since my grandma died, we have not gone to that neighborhood. But then again, my kids have grown up. So that is my memory. There was another one where we all were in the back of Mom's truck. There were 2 or 3 kids in the back. And we went up our road, and there was a tree across the road, so we couldn't go any farther. And that was the section where it was woods. And we were stopped and looking like, what's the tree doing there? And trying to figure out how to turn around. And it was really spooky. I remember that. And then there's a third one where my girlfriend and I went with her dad, and he took a van full of kids to a haunted house that was done by a bunch of people that that were doing a fundraiser. So they had a house, and I can't remember what the group of people were. I think it was the I can't think of what it was. But anyway, it was a fundraiser, and they would go and they would all dress up and hide in all the rooms, and you went from room to room. And when you went upstairs, you went down the hall, and you could see this eerie like looking room at the end of the hall. And that's where Dracula was, and he was in the coffin. Scared the life out of me. And I went running out the one time when we went there, and I ran right into the werewolf. Scared me again. They had a ball with it. And then upstairs in the cupola area, they had the witches up there, and they had a brew and everything, and green lights up there. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. But it was scary, but it's not as scary as going out in the woods where they have the Reaper's Revenge thing right down the street from me. Yeah, that I haven't gone to. So if you wouldn't mind, share all your experiences here, and not too many because I've got more questions, but this is question number 3 out of 8. So I did say a couple memories more than I probably should have, because then when we get to the last couple questions, I might not have as much. But you never know. All right, well, take care and take a moment out of each day and be a little creative. Bye now.